Saturday night with doormat delivery. Just starting out. Got my first order, not great, $7 for 5 miles, I think. But I was already needing to travel into the zones, so I'm heading there now. Chick-fil-A pickup, actually. And then taking it not too far from there. I think a drop-off's only a mile away from the pickup, but I'm driving 4 or so miles to get to that pickup first. But anyway, was out last night, Friday night. It was a good night. Stayed out for about 5 hours and made a good $140. First 4 hours were darn near $30 per hour. Then the last hour was closer to $20 as things had started slowing down a little bit, and I was trying to make my way back home anyway. But I was really pleased with the $30 per hour for the first 4 hours. Somebody gave me an extra bonus tip for having to wait a while for their food. Another triple order came to like $38 total for the 3 together. It was a good night. Things were moving pretty quick. We'll see if it happens again tonight. I'd love to hit 100 again at least. Probably stay out till around 9, 10 at the latest. Across the interstate where the traffic is usually the worst, but looks like I at least got out on it okay. Only going 0.7 miles now, another 3 minutes if I don't sit in traffic for 3 minutes. I'm gonna try to make my way back south a little bit to another zone I like a little better. Traffic's a little easier to navigate down there, I think, but we'll see what the next order takes me to. If it's good, I'll stay up around here. If it's not, I'm gonna have to head south. Typing in dinner at door. Enjoy. After my first drop off, I usually like to copy and paste all that text. The dinner at door enjoy part. And then I can just paste it for all the future ones tonight. Okay, was just looking for a place to stop for a moment, and on the way to that I got $17 for 6.5 miles. Now I just need to do a U-turn right here in this Wendy's parking lot if I can. There we go. Because the pickup was the opposite direction of what I went. Okay, turns out this order of about $17 for 6 miles was 2 pickups. Had to wait just a few minutes at the Mexican restaurant El Reyes Trace, the Three Kings, and then went a couple of doors down in the same basically shopping center type thing, a couple of doors down to Jay's Chinese. That one was ready to go, a big order, two bags, pretty full and pretty heavy. Looks like I'm going only 1.2 miles to the first drop off for the Mexican food. And then I'm guessing it'll be around 4 or so to the second drop-off for the Chinese food. I'm waiting at a stoplight now and then on my way. Just got the Mexican order dropped off and now on my way to drop off the Chinese. It was actually only about 3 miles from that stop to the next stop, so shorter than I thought. Chinese food dropped off, photo taken, dinner at door enjoy sent as a message. And just as I was dropping that off, or a little before, I got an order and also a second order add-on. The first one was, I want to say $21 for 9 miles, maybe less miles. I think it was 9. And then another add-on for that of I think $10 for another 7 miles. Maybe that's not even right. I can't remember now. Should be pretty good. $28. If I can get that done in an hour, that would be nice. I have now spent 1 hour out here for those first 2 orders, and it was a total of let's see, 7 change plus 17, so a little over 24 total. So that was not bad. This next hour is actually going to be 28. I'll be really happy with that. Just got to see if I can get these pickups and the drop-offs both done by 7:05. That's about when I started. I started this one at 6:05. First pickup, pizza. No wonder it's $21 or so. Got 4 big old boxes. I think I'm gonna have to go around the other side. Not sure these will fit in the DoorDash bag. I'm just gonna stack them and put it on top. Call it good enough. Almost 3 miles of the second pickup. I do find it interesting though on a lot of these add-ons. Uber Eats is not necessarily thinking of a timely delivery. Last night I had a triple order. Picked up the first one, and then the second one was like a 20-minute wait almost. And the first one was only like a mile, not even a mile away. Oh, maybe 2 miles, but anyway, I could have easily delivered that first one and then gone back for the second one, then it would have been ready. But no, they had me go to the second place, which was close to the first pickup, but it was like a 20-minute wait, and I could have delivered some food to somebody who ended up as it was kind of not surprised at all. The customer messaged me saying, is this order behind? We are on a short window between performances. It turned out I was delivering to a school that was apparently doing some sort of theater performance. And I did get it there in time. As soon as I got that message from her, I said, okay, I'm on my way now. But definitely delayed. They could have had it plenty early and been able to probably eat it more relaxed. But anyway, turned out all right. But I'm not sure Uber Eats always makes the best decision when sending a secondary pickup for some place. Zaxby's is usually pretty quick with having it ready already. We'll find out. Picking up for Danielle. Danielle. What's that? Okay. That's it. Okay, great. Thank you. Perfect. You too. Yeah, it was ready. Now to take that big old pizza order, get that delivered first. This stretch of road that I'm on, Highway 150, is really notorious for bad traffic. It's still kind of backed up. It's 6:30 on a Saturday evening. Usually when I'm delivering, I'm kind of able to move through it pretty quickly, but it's a little slow tonight. They're doing some construction on it too. I'm not sure exactly what. It's already 2 lanes in each direction. I think they may be widening it or adding some turning lanes or something. What I don't like is that they took out a whole lot of trees that used to line this and kind of made it not a horrible looking drive, but now with nothing but stoplight wires and telephone wires and signs and of course construction barrels, it's just not a pretty drive at all anymore. It just feels very, very busy and stressful, I guess. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But anyway, got about another mile, no, actually another 2.5 miles to get to this drop off of all the pizzas. All right. I'll get these 4 pizzas delivered. Kind of looks like a party here. A lot of cars. Bit of a off the road hidden house almost. How you doing?
Hello, how's it going?
All right, just left them there.
Thanks a lot.
Y'all have a good night.
You too.
Zaxby's dropped off. Actually, it was a little confusing because they said about a basement apartment, so I started going down the driveway to the lower side of the house. Then they also said walk up the sidewalk to the blue door. Well, the sidewalk up to the blue door was not the basement at all, so I'm not sure why it said basement apartment, unless that door just leads to stairs going down, maybe. Anyway, got it dropped off. Heading to Culver's now. It was about almost 5 miles to go, or 5 miles from that drop off. Only about 3.5 more to go. I got a little additional tip on the second drop off. Brought that up from $17 to $21. So adding that back to the original $7 for the Chick-fil-A gave that first hour $28. Very nice. And then, like I said, I also looked at this drop off that I just finished, and it definitely was 31, I think 31.50 even. So I am almost at $60 for the first 2 hours. Picked up the Firehouse subs. Took a few minutes, but I was able to hit the restroom while I was there. Big order, well, 4 subs, so it took them a little bit. Now I'm headed south, kind of to where I was wanting to head to earlier, pick up at a Vietnamese place. I'm assuming all the drop-offs must be way down this way somewhere too. Okay, Vietnamese food was ready to go as soon as I got in there. It makes sense because it's actually been a little while since I accepted that order. They should have it ready by now. And first drop-off is going back to the Culver's, well, sorry, the first drop off is the Culver's, which was the first pickup of these three, and it's only going half a mile or so. So that's nice. All right, dropped off the Culver's easily, and now I'm headed back north up the interstate. I thought I was going to stay down this way to deliver, but I was wrong. Heading back up to the same town I picked up the Firehouse and the Culver's from. The Vietnamese makes sense to be going back that way, but the Firehouse guy, he's having to wait for me to drive all the way down here to deliver this, pick up Vietnamese, and then go back up. I'm assuming he'll be fairly close to the drop-off of that Vietnamese food, but his food sure did go a roundabout way to get back there. Vietnamese food dropped off at basically 7:55, so it took a little longer than 13 minutes to get there due to a little bit of traffic, but still pretty good time. And this last one I thought was going to be more like 3 or 4 miles away, but it's only a mile and a half, so we got this definitely within an hour. It's 7:57 now, only 3 minutes away, so I'll have that dropped off by 8:01 maybe. And then I've already accepted the next order. It was I can't even remember the amount, but I think it was 8 miles. But I do have to drive back into town about 2 or 3 miles, so it should be only about 5 miles total for that. Firehouse subs dropped off. It was basically a pull behind camper trailer. Looked at the note. I mean, of course there was like no mailbox. I think the mailboxes are grouped up together at the beginning of this gravel road, and it was a Granger pull behind camper, and there was a little fire pit outside kind of going. I walk up and didn't see anybody at first, but then they come walking around from behind, so we were grabbing some sticks for the fire. I said, oh nice, got to keep it going, here's the hot subs for you. He said thanks, and I was out of there. So now I'm headed, oh yeah, I got that done by 8 o'clock, maybe 8:01. It is 8:03 now, and I'm headed back into town for a pickup from Burrito Loco. Also had an add-on for an Italian pickup. I can't remember the numbers on either one of these, but I think they're going to be decent. Chinese and Italian picked up. First drop off is 2.5 miles, 6 minutes, going back to pretty close to where I was a little bit ago for that the Vietnamese drop off. It's now 8:17. First order dropped off, that was the Chinese food. Easy drop off, not too far, but now I do have about 5 miles to get to the next drop off. I knew there was some mileage in this, wasn't sure when it was going to show up, but now I've got 5 miles and, well, 4.5 left, about 10 minutes almost to get to dropping off this is going to be the Burrito Loco pickup. Burrito Loco dropped off. Now another 2 miles to drop off the Italian. The Italian had 2 bags that needed to be kept hot and 2 bags that needed to be kept cool, or not be kept hot, I guess. So put 2 bags in the, put the 2 hot bags into an insulated bag and left the other 2 out. A salad and a dessert, it looked like. Dropped off the Italian food and now heading to CVS for a couple of items to pick up there. There was a whole lot of orders coming in trying to send me south, which I had wanted to go earlier in the evening down that way, but now that it's almost getting time to stop, I'd rather just stay closer to home Plus the orders weren't paying well at all because I was 7 miles away. They were it looked like some of the drop-offs and pickoffs were only the drop-offs, excuse me, it looks like some of the pickup and drop-offs were like maybe a mile or 2 away from each other, but I had to drive the 7 or 8 or more to get there first. So it came to a 10 or more mile order at only $10 or less. Anyway, CVS is close. Get that picked up and drop it off soon. CVS to drop off. It says there's a pin required and it's going to the 3rd floor. So up we go. Just got back home. It's about 10 till 10 p.m. Should have about $126 after all the last tips come in. That was a pretty good night for 4.5 hours. Looks like around 90 some dollars in tip and about $34 in fare. So yeah, that's a successful night, I think. Thanks for watching, and Doormat Delivery out.